Sensitivity is intelligence. With grace and skill, you have abundance. Welcome to the Psychic Hour. Host Kelly Brickle is a psychic medium, numerologist, healer, and teacher. Her passions are learning about the soul and energy. Whether through spirit, emotion, or vibrational numbers, there is always a pathway of information waiting to help. Now, here's your host of the Psychic Hour, Kelly Brickle.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Psychic Hour. Hello. This is the reading show, and thank you for joining me today. It's been really a interesting and fun journey because I'm continuing to learn how to broadcast things and update just what the Psychic Hour is. As you can see, there's new banners, there's new backgrounds, and there's even going to be a new intro package. I actually had it almost started today, but I wanted to tweak it a little bit more. And we're going to go for doing the numerology hour too. So it's very special to me, this project, and I'm learning always the parts of it. And hello, Angela. Hello, everybody coming in. And today is the reading show, and I want to always make sure that I perpetuate a way to just share and give back and to have fun. And we go into the topic of the day, questions more, and then readings. And that's what we do. So it's my job to continue to spread ways where this can be reached, and also to get people on board because I'm building a network. I'm building a spiritual radio, digital radio, a network where other people can be a part of broadcasting their passions and dreams in the vein of spirituality, in the vein of working with spirit. So I'm very happy to do that. Hello, Amanda. Hello. And wherever you are in the world, please, come on in. I'm in the afternoon in Pacific time over in California, and I know some people are coming in and it's morning for them, so it's great to see you. So one of the topics of the day, and we'll get into readings about in like 10 minutes in. So if you have questions about your own spiritual development or questions for, let's say, psychic readings, card readings, numerology readings, I'll ask you to pop down your birth dates, pop down your specific question, and make sure you say, I want a reading, because that's how you consent to having a reading, rather than just commenting. That won't get you it. You have to make sure you want a reading too as well. So those are the rules. That's how we play. All right. So the topic of the day is really when on our journey of life, it's about two things. It's about, the big picture. Where are we going within the big picture? What are our dreams? What are our visions? What are our goals? Who are we becoming? But it's also, the parts that make up the sum full total to activate that vision and dream. And some people are really naturally good at looking at the parts. Like you might find yourself, getting distracted by the details, or, always able to pinpoint this needs to change, that needs to change. And both are needed in order to rise. Both are needed to ascend within our own energy, just like we have to have awareness of the past, and some type of foresight of what we're envisioning for the future with our present energy, what we're creating for the future. The parts need to be in function. And a lot of times when people don't know, or are frustrated, or, we're kind of in between modes. We're scattered. We're scattered because we don't have enough to really account for, and we're kind of just going through the motions. And so I know within numerology, it's my job to look at the parts and the whole. And so when I'm looking at people's birth charts, I'm looking at what their overall harmony of their chart is, what, the different numbers are that make up who they are, and the context and the placements. But I also individually have to honor each number. And when I'm looking at and numerology is a fantastic example. When I'm looking at people's business charts, like with their names and their business and their website and how everything goes together and if it's harmonious, I have to look that all the parts honor the whole to help the energy flow and move and not be encumbered. And so I'm assessing all the pieces. I mean, I'm assessing how to even name this network. I have a name in mind actually, but I want to look at it deeper and see how it supports me on a deeper level. And I have to make sure that I have time to do that. You have to make sure within your own spiritual progressions that you have time to honor the sacredness of what you are creating. Even when things are small, it's important to kind of have check-ins and go, okay, is this congruent with me? Does this make sense for me? And sometimes things are helping us to get by, and we know, yes, this makes sense because it's a short-term move, but this is not long-term. I cannot be here long-term or the energy will change. And so we have to assess all the things that make up who we are. And it's important to be self-aware. Um, in order to be an excellent energy worker, you have to be highly self aware. And spirit works with us. Let's say, even if we don't have that awareness, anyone is applicable to work with spirits. Spirit is within everybody, everything, so it doesn't take that as the top requirement. But in order to be good and progress, you have to be aware because spirit wants us to learn, wants us to grow. That's one of the main functions of spirit. So they'll come to us and they'll be like, "Don't worry, we got you." But if we start to ignore the things that they show us, they'll always be, you know, "Okay, we'll help you. We're here for you." Um, but they will say, "Okay, in order to learn the lesson, because we are here for you, in order to learn the lesson, we're going to make this happen to show you the importance of paying attention. We're going to have this happen so you can understand why the energy of that is so needed." And it's not because it's like consequence, even though it kind of is in our human eyes. It's because it's like that was the next step, but you're resisting the next step. And when you resist the next step, the energy around you is going to do whatever it can to make sure you reach the next step. Like there's plans within life, there's orchestrations in life. And so if you're ever wondering why the heck did that happen to me, whether a person did that to you or business like blew up or it wasn't the right job, it wasn't the right friend, it's because life was moving forward within a certain course where it needed to be. And you going through it, naturally, you need to come out on a certain other side of it. And so things will be very harmonious within the way you course, or things will be very, let's say, difficult within the way you course because it's all reflecting what your natural energy is already. And sometimes there is flexibility within the way that we course the waters where we can go, okay, I needed to get to the other side here. I needed to get to the next goal. But I'm aware of how I can maybe integrate this and that. And it really is a creative process. It really is a co-creative process. That's why even though I believe on our charts, or let's say, our um, life map, our life plan, people have different names for it. Even though we have certain points where we go, okay, like on my job, I had to be working with people. Maybe I had to be a psychic medium. I had to meet this friend. I had to experience this lesson. Those specific points, even though those are there, it's how we do it that we have wiggle room usually in. So you can have 50,000, it's probably infinite. You can have infinite ways of making sure you hit the points on your chart. You have infinite options within how you arrive at your destination. And really, there's a lot of specific points within that, but there's always variety with how those specificities can be expressed. So it goes back to, the bigger picture and the details along the way. And the more we are aware, the more we understand the choices that we have, and we can enact that variety and we can enact that infinity energy. So everybody's always guided to where they need to be. And ultimately, the energy that finds them that needs to enact their soul is already on course. It's just, what choices do you have along the way? And the more aware you are, and the more that you are present within your life, then you get to have more of that flexibility. And that's really self-created. And it's not just old soul versus young soul. It's how present are you in your life. And I really I really think about it like this, like, think about it like I think about it a million different ways, but one example is, if, let's say, you're in a crunch and you have to make dinner. Well, someone who doesn't know how to cook is like, "Oh my goodness, we're gonna have to call takeout, right?" And let's say someone who just moved to the area doesn't know the good restaurants, and they're just like, "I don't know. I guess we're just gonna have to take the closest one to us, and we'll just pick it up." And the you know, the options are less. But let's say dinner's in a crunch, and you've been in the area for 5 years and you love food. You're like, okay, I have like a top 20. All right. I have like five great restaurants, like, no problem. I'm happy all to pick up or eat at. Let's do this. It's just one of those days. Or let's say if you are cooking and you're an excellent cook, you're like, I have 10 quick to go meals. What do you want? Or I'm prepared and I'm present for this outcome. I went to the grocery store just a couple days ago. I have all the ingredients. So I have even more options of what I can make within a jam. And it's kind of like that with life. What can you do in a jam? What can you do with when you're planning? All of that is your power enacts your choice. Your power and awareness enacts the options. So I actually always think of it like, welcome to Earth School, like, you get to choose. And sometimes we don't feel like we can choose. And there's some really, really horrific, um, sometimes points we have to meet within our chart that I do believe that we signed up for, or there's more, mass or global situations where that group and community of people, or that country of people, they're all experiencing something on such a bigger level than something personal. And when you see that, it's truly devastating and heartbreaking, because it's so monumental, the energy that is co-created. And it is up to every individual that does have more options within their fixed points of, how can I help someone? How can I ease the burden? How can I heal? How can I aid, for the ones that are in more, you know, crunched positions. So, with that said, we all have choice, even when it seems like we don't. And keep your awareness high, keep your self care pristine, and just keep growing. We're not perfect, just keep growing. And the more that we take care of ourselves and show up within our own lives, the more we're able to help ourselves and each other. And the world is a little better for it, even in chaos. So, with that said, let's go into readings. So, anyone who is looking to be read, pop down your numbers, pop down your question. We're going to be doing a mixture of cards and numerology and psychic, because it is the psychic hour. We focus more on life readings here, and that's how we do it. Thank you, everyone, for coming on in. Hello, Jessica. Hello. Okay, so 6-2. Yes, thank you. All right. Do you have any and you can put down like a general read, or if you want a specific reading, please let me know. So Jessica and Amanda, thank you for letting me know. And then Jessica, let me know if you want a general too as well, or something more specific. Okay. So that's general for you as well. All right, let's do it. So attitude 8, personal day 2, life path 9, double checking. Mhm. Okay, attitude 8, personal day 2, life path 9, and then you are in a cycle of 6. And let's see what month you are into as well. You're in a 7-month. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So we'll just see what else we want to do with that. So what I'm getting is this month um is about self-reflection and personal choices. And it's kind of funny, we were talking about choice, everything segues into what we need to talk about. But a month of 7 is so important because it really wants you to sit and ponder if what you're doing makes sense to you. If it's right by you within how you respect yourself, what you allow, what you want instead, it's a reevaluating time. And so every month we have different cycles about themes that are are present within our numerology chart, and it influences the way that we think and feel and act. So with you being a 7, it is a time where you might feel more spiritually inspired, sometimes even more philosophical with how you look into why you do what you do. But ultimately, it's like you will pause with the way that you act and you won't be as necessarily always productive unless it's in that self um rectifying and spiritual part of yourself, because you need time to go, okay, this is what's on my plate and this is what I need to fix so it's better. This is what I need to review. This is what I need to revisit. So it is a time of that. And I encourage you to really go within. And if you push it too much, I always tell people things will backfire or things will kick up in a way where it'll go, mm-mm-mm. You're going to feel highly uncomfortable right now if you push it. This was the time for you to understand who you are, not to try to do the things that you are normally doing, or go ahead full steam and be like, well, okay, I'll revisit that like, in a couple days or in a week. I got to do this right now. I have to get this done, and this is the only way it's going to get done. No, the whole point of this month is it's time to choose something new, and you'll be immensely stressed out if you do the things the way that you formerly did them. So, time to get thinking. Okay. And let me pull some cards for that. Next month you're in an 8 too. So I want to say as well, just heads up, anytime you're in a month of 8, like body is really important that you take care of body. 8 is all about like truth and the physical. And if you have listened to yourself within the 7th cycle, which is this month going into next month, the 8th, if you've listened to yourself and you've course corrected, actually things go a lot easier. But if things are kind of in flux, you will see the problems kind of amplify and your body will get drained. And as well, your body will take on the stress. So be very careful about the 8 energy coming up next month. And since you're in a 6 year, because we talk about cycles of months and years, the cycle 6 year for yourself is all about reevaluating family and how you are supported. So that 8 is next year is all about making sure that you have things in place where you're not taking too much on by yourself, or there's a better way that you can do it where you are supported by the family and this family supports you. So you go, ah, gosh, this feels like, I've been looking for this pocket, but I feel like I found this pocket where life isn't so hectic, life isn't so crazy. Okay. So this is when you're really, this month and next month and going forward into next year, this is all about how you're going to set yourself up for really getting what you want and being the next new part of you. Um, Next year, you're in a 7, and so it's like massive review time, um, and sense of self time. So you're going to be cocooning pretty soon, and you're already preparing yourself to do that. So transformation is coming. It's you've already how can I put it? You already know transformation is coming, but like sometimes the energies have to catch up, and sometimes like we're not on time for transformation to happen. It's starting right now, and it's going to be gangbusters for the next 2 years. Okay. Actually, the next 3 years. For the next 3 years, it's going to be so it's like this year. Yeah, no, the next 3 years. That's right. That's right. The next 3 years, your transformation is going to be over the top, and so you can ride that wave in pockets, but ultimately in 3 years is when you really bust forward to have all these goals that you were looking to have with like more magnetism that binds you. And so it's not going to be pure ease, but you're just like, oh, everything that I've been working towards, I have time and I have energy and I have the will to have this come to me, and it's like it happens. But you can have things happen before 3 years, don't get me wrong, and it will actually help magnify and catapult what you're gonna be doing in 3 years, but, like, the time is really now to start tweaking and, um, your body wants you to do this anyway. So it's going to basically reject the things that need to change or just keep whispering and bringing you all these signs. Like I feel like you've been dropping you've been getting a lot of signs. You've been getting a lot of signs where you're just like you shake your head and you're just like, "Oh yeah, I have to remember to do this. I have to remember to do this." Um she says, "Thank you so much. Yay. Next month, November is busy birthday months, for your family. Okay. Yeah, it's really important. Just you got to take care of yourself. But number one thing that I'm getting because it has been so busy is that you've been getting like signs that shake you up, wake you up, right? Rather than grinding, you've been getting signs to like remind you that you have to continue to grind. And so it's really important that you are planning and working towards things even though they're not ready to launch, because when they're ready to launch it's going to feel like second nature to you, and you can actually be the person before things are ready to explode. It's just prep and prime yourself, and don't think just because it's not ready yet or it's not easy yet that you can't do all the work and become that. So that's what I'm trying to give to you. You can be that now, but don't beat yourself up for the fact that it's not coming as you want it to come. Just continue to be that person and continue to shape yourself and continue to remind yourself to wake up at the times where you're getting distracted or too busy. Okay. She said yesterday was a tornado dream and today was semi tracks. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah. You're getting like cataclysmic dreams of chaos. Um, Sometimes those dreams are like something big is coming, something's important coming, there's a massive change coming. So it's like be prepared, be prepared. Um, Safety. Um, it's the stresses of the world too. The world energy has been really all over the place. We have a huge solar event coming up as well on the 14th. All of it's very fascinating. We have it's called the Ring of Fire. The solar eclipse is coming on the 14th. We've had so many interesting planetary events. So it's a mixture of how we're feeling globally and how we're individually feeling sometimes, why we have these intensities in the waking world or even in the dreaming world. So just keep your head on straight and keep your grounding so you can be the savior in the chaos. Okay. So, all right. Yes, that's all about transformation. Exactly, Jessica. It's all about transformation and preparing for that transformation to happen so it doesn't just destroy. when we don't prepare for transformation, it can feel like we're being destroyed and ripped out from the dirt. Okay. If we've prepared for the transformation, it's a replant, and you're like, "Whew, that was easy." All right. So who's next? We're gonna do Amanda and then Caprice and Angela. Then everybody coming on in, just pop down your questions and we go from there. And I just kind of go to whoever I go to. Um, all right. So Amanda, let's pull some cards for you. Okay. 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 Scrolling down. All right. So there's a lot of change within your life. Speaking of change, there's a lot of change within your life, Amanda, right now. And I'm looking at all the cards. Okay. So I got the card like tearing apart, and that's all about letting go to build anew. And then also the family card and mental energy card. So it's letting me know that kind of building up to now, there's been a lot of focus on self care as well as making sure the family has what they need. So it's like there's been focus on upping who you are as a person so you can help others as a person. And that's been in effect and it's continuing to be in effect. And it's really helping what's going on now because right now it's like there's a lot up in the air. It's difficult, but you have good um, coping mechanisms in place. You have your spirituality in place, you have your mind in place. You have things to help you navigate the difficulty right now because I do feel like it's again it's up in the air. I'm just getting a card where it's very up in the air right now, but you've had things to help bolster it. It's also making me aware that while this is kind of like in the past within the past couple of years and also the past couple of months, so this is recent that you've really enacted. Thank you for understanding, Amanda. You've really enacted this part of you where you believe that anything is possible. So like your faith has really opened up to a really large degree where you're like, I didn't quite know this the same way now. I didn't quite know this the same way before that I do now, but anything is possible. And I just have to, open up that space. So that is at your disposal, helping you. And it's really a power. It's really a power. I'm letting you know it's a testament to how far you've come and what you're able to do. And kind of going forward as I see you kind of tackle this issue that I'm aware of, I get the last minute magic card, which is a great card to have. And that's like kind of the future pace and how things are going and what you're learning about. So it lets you know to trust yourself. So you've already had the faith, you've already had the self-care. You're already, helping to stabilize the energies. We've already talked about that. But now you're learning how to like act on the go in a way where spirit follows you on the go, where you have so much faith that you go, "Oh my god, that worked." And I don't know how that worked. I don't know where that came from, but that's the next step. And it's just like to continue to trust that the more and more that you show up and have all these things ready to go, that the more that life will support you. So it's like that next step of faith. And right now with the cards how they're landing, it shows me that that's difficult to enact that, but it's already happening. It's just like you have to continue to do more steps in that department. It's like you don't you can do anything, but you're aware still that you don't have enough. You're like, I don't have enough time. I don't have enough help, even though I've figured that a lot of that out. I don't have enough time. And it's just like you actually do. And sometimes it's about act asking spirit, like, okay, if I don't feel like I have this, send me what I need. Whether it's the moment all of a sudden where I have more energy and I'm just like, that's perfect, or I have more time, that's perfect, or send me the person or the contact, the connection where all of a sudden I don't have to worry about it. Okay. So thank you for understanding this, Amanda. And it's letting me know that that next level of faith is going to be a little bit wonky because it's going to take some course correction, but it's here. And the card's all about like abracadabra, shooting from the hip, and being one with the universe. It's about the action part of it. And so ultimately, this is a time of growth for you, and it does feel like things are on their head. But this is a time of healing and growth. As it, and it's odd for me to say that because I'm aware how stressful it is, but it's oddly a time of healing and growth. Like even though you have don't have enough time, I'm aware that things feel a little bit more peaceful more than ever in some capacities because you're like, this had to happen. This had to happen. We're starting new. I don't know exactly all of it, but this had to happen. And in a way, I'm glad that it enacted because then I get to go forward and I don't have to wonder and stress out anymore. I hope you understand that, Amanda. I hope you understand that. It's like understanding that there's because I keep getting like all this moss and this green, and it feels like a fresh forest, like replanting itself after like a long, hard downpour. That's what it feels like. And but there's like this kind of sweet smell in the air of growth and newness. And it's just like, this is what had to happen. And actually, okay, okay, okay. So difficult period, but good period. Lots of emotion, lots of difficulty. But honestly, you are going to be in the new next phase of your life. And I do feel like there's like an opportunity opening up for you too as well. Um, and I feel like it's like new friends and connections. And I do feel like it's something like regarding whether it's like I don't know if it's a hobby or a work, forgive me, but there's this new energy opening up. And I feel like it's an additional support system where you get to like self actualize from it. So there is your life is not supposed to be the same. And really, there's going to be a lot of help this year and next year to make sure that you get to go where you're going. Okay. And it's going to be a true blessing within the end. And that's what I'm getting. It's going to be a true blessing within the end. Um, right now, if you can understand this, I'm wearing blue. The background is blue. There's a lot of blue in the cards. Um, Blue is your healer right now. Put on the blue, wear blue jewelry. Look at blue. It's going to calm you. Blue is your healer right now. Sometimes we need different healers, whether it's feelings, colors, sounds. Use that blue to heal. Okay. All right. Now we're going into, you can understand the blue too. That'd be cool. Let's see. Where is I think it was Angela who's next? Okay, Angela. She's wanting a general read. Absolutely. Thank you, Amanda. I appreciate it. Um, okay, Angela. If you're here, Angela. Okay, you do understand the blue. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Keep rocking that blue. It's like I keep seeing the deep blues. Oh, the deep blues are nice. It's like a medium or a deep blue, one of the two, not the lighter blues. All blues are great though. Um, okay. Angela, if you're still here, let me know. I'm gonna get your birth date. You sent it. So you are an attitude 3, a personal day 4, and then you are life path 2, I believe, as well. Oh, you'd be a 5. That's right. That's why I double check. That's why I double check. Yep, 3, yep, you'd be a 5. Okay. And then your cycle is going to be 1. And then your year cycle is going to be 1. And your month is going to be 2. Okay. So, Angela, heads up. This is an emotional month for you. You have a two energy. And anytime we have a two, that means emotions are high because it makes us understand important parts of ourselves. And sometimes emotions can't be high. I mean, emotions can't ever be high all the time, but emotions aren't made to be intense all the time because we have other parts of our energy that we use. But when it comes up in a two, as it does, it goes, hey, we need you to look at this. So you will be more emotionally angry, sad, stressed sometimes. um you might have more outbursts of this is my limit, okay? And that's all important because you actually felt that way intrinsically before. It's just you were chill enough where you're like, you know what, I can hang, or this is a problem that can be solved, no worries. But when the two comes up, it says, hey, this is actually where you're at. Yes, you don't have to like freak out about it as much, but it lets you know where you're at. And that's the beauty of it always. Now, there's an ongoing theme. So I see the three, and the three has to make sure that it talks about its needs. And so having the two be amplified this month mixed with your attitude three, it's a really important time for you to be journaling. It's a really important time for you to be talking with your friends or your trusted loved ones of what is on your mind and how you need to like cope and heal and have more understanding of things that are good for your mental health, whether it's meditation, whether it's like self, like again, there's so many things we can do for like art. Just that creative side of you needs to be expressed, and also that communicative side of you needs to be expressed with others because you are not on a lone island. You are not just made to just figure it out by yourself. It shouldn't be that way, especially if you're a life path 5 and an attitude 3. So with these two numbers present, it showcases that you are supposed to live your life around people. I'd have to look at your other numbers to fully kind of understand the context of that, but it showcases that you are made to be around others and to experience life from different perspectives. And in order to do that fully, you have to be comfortable enough with yourself and comfortable enough with sharing your own perspectives, even to the capacity that, hey, it's not that I have it 100% right, but this is where I'm currently at. And I'd like to hear where you're currently at. And as long as we respect each other, I know I'm in the right place. Okay. And you can understand that, Angela. So this is a matter of being around people who respect you and have understanding and have patience for you at this time, and also making sure that the people around you, whether it's friends or family, you can understand their emotional support for you. Because if you're not normally freaking out and you are this month because of the high emotional energy, sometimes people can go, okay, it's a hard day for you. It's a hard day for you. I'm gonna give you your space, or is there something I can do for you? Like, you seem really overwhelmed today. Um, and it's important to have those conversations. And it's important for people who around you to step up and support you. And y- it's important. I'm saying it's important a lot. It's important sometimes to just say, I'm sorry I snapped. I don't feel good today, or I'm sorry, I'm on edge today. And someone might say, thank you for letting me know that. Thank you for letting me know that. And that makes me understand that you're self aware. And I appreciate that it's not personal. And I appreciate that you understand that about yourself. Can I make you a sandwich, or do you want to go for a walk? Who knows? But that comes out in a way where you start to communicating, look, it's not you, it's what I'm going through. And I have, you know, again, self awareness and bravery at the same time to understand that it's something I'm processing. And I think everybody gets together and supports when they don't feel like it's not just on them, or they don't feel like it's solely personable. Everybody does their part better. So, I hope you can understand this. Keep using your voice and keep letting people know that it's something that you're working on, and invite others to give their thoughts and know that you haven't figured it all out and they haven't figured it all out. And as long as respect is present, you know, it's important to have people around. So that is what I'm getting. And let's see, Caprice is next. Thank you for understanding, Angela. Hang in there. Next month is much more fun. So but this is really good. This is really good. Make sure you're journaling, make sure you're releasing, make sure you're around people that it's their job to help you release, not just friends and family, but it's their job to help you release. Employ some of those, whether it's Reiki, whether it's therapy, it's all good. Okay. Let's see. Caprice. Okay, thank you. Take your birth date. 6/25. So Caprice, you are an attitude 4. That's right. Yep. You are a personal day 7. You are a life path 9, I believe. Let me double check. Yep, that's right. And then your cycle, you are in a 2 year, and then your month is 2. You're in a 3. Okay. So this is great, Caprice, right? This is letting me know that this month is easier than last month. Look at all your numbers though. But this month is a little bit easier because it's like the heaviness has lifted a little bit. The heaviness has lifted a little bit, and this month is all about like letting yourself socialize and letting yourself be out and about and letting yourself have a little bit more fun. So 3 is always very lighthearted. So there's like an opening of energy from this place, which is actually really nice. You are in a cycle of 2, and for the most part, it lets me know that the cycle 2 isn't necessarily as easy with all of your numbers, and your cycle is your year cycle. And so this year is all about releasing, and it's kind of like what I talked about just prior with Angela, but it applies to you all year. So for Angela, it's heightened for a month. For you, it's heightened all year. But the bright side about this too is in a cycle of the number 2, it's a time to understand about love in a deeper way. It's a time to actually make connections with family and friends in a new capacity, or to have new ones. Frequently, there's kind of 2 things that happen. I'm saying that in like 2 things in the cycle too, so just bear with me. Within this cycle, there's always a new friendship or a new animal that comes into the family. So there's like that newness, reintroducing love and having us associate with what love can be, and it's not just romantic. And sometimes also it's a new relationship or the opening up and being ready to have, you know, new romantic understandings. So there is a sense of newness with the way we love ultimately. And we have to do the dirty work in order to say, what do I have to release so I can be in this place? What does my heart need to experience so I can connect to others and others can connect to me? So it is a time where we are tested to make sure that we really are in a better place for ourselves. And it's highly personal. 2 is the number of water, emotions, interpersonal connections, and the quality of our internet, our interpersonal connections basis is based on the quality of the relationship that we have within ourselves. We lead how we want to be respected. We lead how we negotiate how to be loved. We lead how we are communicated to and what we will allow. So it is a very important time. Um, and it invites you to be more emotional. Ultimately, it invites you to understand this part of life, and emotional understanding and literacy is just important as a mental and logical analytical understanding with how you navigate your life. And I say this because you have some numbers like with your attitude 4 that would make you more like systematic within your approaches on how you plan for your life and how you size up people and how you go forward. Like you don't rush. You don't rush into things necessarily. But you are quite flexible, more flexible than an average 4 with that 9 placement. So this is how can I put it? Last year, I feel for you there was a significant change, and this year it's making you right. You're validating that with what you just said. Um, there was significant change last year, so you can understand that even though there's a lot being mixed up, that there was a lot of good that came out of it, and you felt like you were in a more secure place within your life. But this year's it's kind of testing that, and so it's really just an involvement and transformation. It's just dealing with different energies. So last year's energies were more confirming of, okay, I'm somewhere different. I can do this. And this year, it's again, right, reevaluating your emotions and the way that you deal with love. And instead of having something new come your way with a new person, sometimes it's processing how you're letting go of people sometimes too to open up that new place. Um, this month though helps with the way that you are coping though. This month, if you put it out into the universe for you to be more social, friends will find you, you'll get calls, you'll get opportunities like you could do this or you get like in a flyer, oh, that looks interesting. I'm gonna go try out and do that. It 3 is all about moving the energy and getting to as many people as you can and as many people coming to you as you can. And it breaks up stagnation. 3 is a very quick vibration. And so it'll help move around that watery dampness. So I really encourage you to embrace the next couple of months. And I do feel not this month, but next month going in, you will embrace like again this new kind of feeling, this refreshed feeling a little bit and get ready to reorganize the house, move things around. And so this is for November for you. You're going to feel like this surge of energy where you're like, I'm going to shake up the energy. I'm going to shake up the energy and feel better. So Caprice, right now it's about like kind of self-care and moving the energy and just allowing yourself to be and knowing that it's okay a step at a time, a day at a time. Just continuing to heal and to give some love to yourself at this time. So if you have a question, Caprice, let me know, but that's what I'm getting for you. And I'm sending my heart and love to you. Okay. All right. Let's go to Gina. Gina, you're 1021. So you're an attitude 4 as well. You're a personal day 3. And you are a life path 1963. Yep, life path 5. And then you are in a year of 2 as well. And a month of 3 as well. So some of the things that I talked with Caprice about can apply to you, Gina. Oh, and Francis, I want to say a shout out to Francis. Francis, hello. Sometimes I can't grab everybody as they're coming in, but I want to say a shout out to Francis. She's going to be a guest on the Psychic Hour interview series next week, and she's asking for questions. So I'll take you, Francis, after Gina. So shout out to Francis. All right, Gina, awesome. Okay, so Gina, the theme is like for you to really be okay with feeling topsy turvy right now. Okay, because you're in a cycle of 2. and that's the high emotion we talked about. Okay. We talked about why that is. And then you are a life path 5. And so the life path 5 is it's a more mental vibration. It wants things to be done um quick, fast, efficiently, especially with your attitude 4. Attitude 4 is how can we get this done? How can we get this done better? How can we get from A to B? And you want a plan. And your life path 5 goes, okay, the plan, we don't have to stick to the plan necessarily, but we need to have a plan going in first. Okay. But ultimately, we want to get this done. We wanted to get this done. Well, the cycle of 2 that you're in right now, it makes it so your energies are going to be all over the place. So even though you have a plan, you're going to feel like, wow, why do I feel so weird this year? Like, and why does my energy feel so off? And why do I feel like I'm tired one day and then I'm fine the other day? And it's weird. It's weird. It's messing up my production. And and really, 2, like I said, is a very intimate interpersonal number. So the year's focus should be about self and the ones closest to you. The relationships that you're forging, whether they're new or old, the ones that you have the most heart connection to, because that's where the greatest lessons are. 2 is all about emotional understanding of how you're able to love, why you're able to love, why you're able to connect, and why other people feel certain things from you, vice versa as well. Now, the year and the month is the 3, is inviting you to open up kind of more social things, kind of like what I said just a moment ago with Angela. The month of 3 invites you to clear up some of the heaviness for a little bit and just have a little fun. So I encourage you to dip into that. The 3 doesn't always love responsibility, and your 4 does. And so it's like, put a couple things on the back burner, like, this month. It'll be ready for you next month. Okay. It's like, if you can, make sure that you up the social interaction and up your adventure and up kind of you taking a break, because it's been a doozy. Okay. So that's what I'm getting for you. Um, Ultimately, like, I really think that you are a fun living person at heart. And so it's just a matter of reinvigorating that, okay? Because it's been topsy turvy, if you can understand that. So be really, really good to yourself. Have fun. Don't go so hard this month, unless it's in the department of socializing and networking and opening up opportunity. So it's like, if we can plan for the things that are about to happen and have fun with that and go, oh gosh, that's opened, and what about this? What's about this? Like, if we can dream and have fun and talk the plans through, and then we can actually do the hard work and labor next month. um, I feel like the energy support way better. So take a deep breath. I know you like to get things done, but have fun this month. That's the number one thing I'm getting. I know it's such a simple message. It's just like, let things happen next month. If you can get into meditation, though, meditation would really, really help you. I don't know if you'd really be one. Like, that's the thing. I don't think your energy would love meditation so much, but if you can get into something like meditation, whether it's a yoga class that has an aspect, or a spiritual class that has an aspect, or some type of something that allows you for a couple of minutes to just go within, I feel like that's going to help temper the energies a lot. And I feel that's going to be really, really good, because your mind is like and so allow your mind to do that this month, and get all that excess energy out, and then you can go back to being more stringent. Okay. um you said, yes, I'm caretaking and fast. So you take care of others and you're very efficient. I live in 3 different places. Oh, you would as a life path 5. You would. You would as life path 5. You said, I like to be free, and that's been difficult. I work so hard and need a break. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you for understanding that. Thank you for understanding that, right? You do go hard. It's just this month. Please don't. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. I'm glad. So let's see. There's Frances. Frances. Okay. So she's wondering how her hypnotherapy class will go. pull some cards. I'm going to see what jumps out. Oh, Will Francis hypnotherapy class go. I'm getting some cards jumping out, but I want... All right. We're going to pull it how is... okay, here we go. All right. All right. All right. Let's pull what we got. All right. All right. So immediately what I see is the preparation for this hypnotherapy class. There's a lot of love and there's a lot of heart and there's a lot of intention. It's like in an upright placement. It's the love card. It's basically saying I'm using my energy from a very special and pure place about how I want to give forth. And so um, it also highlights the evolvement of self to reach to this point. So you've prepped properly, and this is a good fit for what you're wanting to do. This is congruent with you. Now, with the current placement of how you're meeting the moment with these energies and these intentions, it's showing me a lot of stress. It's showing me a lot of stress, but you are aware of it. You are aware of it and you are understanding and you are looking to deal with it. Because I got the needing a friend card and pushing yourself too much card, and that's in the current placement. So it's basically saying make sure that you're having your support system during this time. Do not be a workaholic. You're probably putting a lot of things together to make sure that this is an excellent class. Take breaks, take proper breaks, take proper self-care. There needs to be balance because your energy has to be strong in ways where you can manifest those to come and see you. Okay? So it's letting me know that there's too much energy being put into making the class perfect, and the energy of the self-care and the relaxation to help pull people to you, that needs to be grounded, and there needs to be more of that love generated from the support of friends, and also the way that you handle your energies so that you don't push yourself too much. Okay, it should be a feeling of hard work but ease, because you've learned the plan of how to work hard. Okay, and to reap the benefits where you're not straining. So heads up, that's very important. And then we're going into the future placed card. So this is letting me know that lessons are very, very, very important. And it lets us know about our energy. Whether it is great achievement or pitfall, it lets us know about our energy. And it's letting me know that in the future paced, there is like stress over this class. And it's so much stress. It is messing with the way that things are being manifested. Okay. And it is going to offset what you feel at times, because you're like, I don't get it. I don't get it. It's such a pure place. It's such a powerful place. And it's all there. It's just the way that the stress is building up to create like thunderstorms within the pressure. Okay. Thunderstorms, rather than lightning bursts. So it's letting me know that there is difficulty because of the stress, okay? And we need to go back to the love and the self-care and the ease, okay? As soon as all this is easy and we have ease and we have the support of having more work and life balance, the more things just open up, because it's just like, I'm here, come and get it. And I'm here in just abundance, and I'm here in bucket loads. And since I have all this extra to give, now I'm overflowing with my gifts that I can give you, and people feel the waterfalls of abundance. So this is the energy that I'm getting, and this is very important with evaluating the present energy, okay, with how we are generating going forth. Okay, so, all right, with that said, everybody, everybody, we are going to take one more quick one. Let's see. Oh, I think I accidentally did something. Maybe I can fix that. Um, it's okay. We're just gonna pull one more card. I think for the group energy. I've always wanted to do that. So we're gonna do a group energy card pull. How we're going into the rest of the month. All right. And that is going to be the Mastery of Your Own Fate card, as well as the Summer Song card. All right. And so the Mastery of Your Own Fate is basically like, you have the keys to the treasure chest. You have the access to everywhere you want to go. And sometimes it takes, a plan of it's day one, day two, day three, but we're always inching towards the plan because we are mastering the way that we're building, to our dreams, to our vision. But ultimately, the summer song card comes in conjunction with it. And that's all about having a wonderful time while we're here. And the master of your own fate, it is the energy of sometimes slaving behind a desk because we are, hard workers and we're devote to the dream. But the summer song card promises that we understand our balance and our play and that we appreciate why we're here, because in the end it's the saying, it's all about how you make others feel, not what you do. And that's really true. It's like people remember how you made them feel, not what you were able to give them always, or not what you were able to, what you thought you gave them, like whether it's a presentation or the perfect, you know reading or the perfect class or the perfect presentation. Whatever it is, it's how you made them feel. And when we are playing and we are free and we're appreciating life, we're in full feeling mode. And that is such an important part of our energy and how we activate so much abundance and so much more vision. So as you are mastering your fate and working hard, don't forget to appreciate why you're here so you can even do that in the first place. All right. So, with that said, everybody, thank you for joining me for the Psychic Hour reading show. I will see you next week on Friday for more readings, and also on Wednesday with Frances Pullen. She is a medium channel and hypnotherapist, and we will be talking about her life and her journey. So, with that said, please take care, go with love, luck, light, laughter, and don't forget to live, everybody. See you soon.